This is not again SU's attempt to shut down campus. They are here at the corner of South Krause and Waverly Avenue in the middle of the street.
Here at the Capitol, there's high-speed internet, making it easy to watch videos online. For some, that signal might be weaker, if it's there at all. Justice Del Conte has been very critical of election boards because they use sticky notes to mark absentee ballots that had been challenged. This is what we're talking about, rock salt. Over 50,000 tons of it, and it's expensive. But before the homeowners had a chance to open the door and pick up their package, it had disappeared. The only way the homeowners knew it had been stolen was because of this Ring security camera. The issue here is people making alterations to the engines of vehicles and motorcycles like this one. They say that there is a rape culture here at fraternities at Syracuse University, and they want it to end. I'm here inside the only portion of this collapsed dome which is still upright. You can touch the tarp, more than 3 feet of snow on the other side. A Christmas morning to remember for all the wrong reasons.
We woke up and it was like this, and we just started moving everything.
Floodwaters surrounding Kaylee Hobart's Owego home after this winter rainstorm. She says it's
all right for now. It's not coming up in, that's all we're worried about. 8
people inside her home. Next door, the floodwaters pressing against a mobile home.
It's a big mess. It's a mess for these people. It's sad all the way around.
Down the road, Garrett Stocks woke up to rushing water too.
We left, I think, around 7:30.
But his pets, 2 dogs and 2 cats, are stuck inside.
We're all concerned. We want to walk down in there, but it's just too cold and too fast. Can't really get in there.
Right now, he and his family watches.
There's not much we can really do right now. We're just waiting.
Elsewhere in Owego, people drove by the Susquehanna.
That's usually a little island, but that's not an island anymore.
People around here are used to floods.
93, 2004, 72, 2006, and then, of course, 2011.
But it still
makes people nervous.
Back at the Stocks home, Christmas presents are left
unwrapped, just waiting.
A true gift for his family tonight, falling floodwaters, a chance to reunite with their 4-legged friends. In Owego, Ricky Sayer, 12 News. If you're a musician, sometimes you just want to jam out, and sometimes your neighbors take notice. That's what happened Saturday evening at the corner of Ackerman and Stratford.
First concert since COVID, right here. Woo!
The stage, just a balcony and a roof. The audience spread out across an intersection.
It's amazing. It was incredible.
These SU students didn't promote or plan this. The group's lead singer, not even there at the start.
They just happened to hit me up and say that they were playing on the roof.
The band is called No New Friends. They say this is the first time they played in front of an audience in over a year.
It felt so amazing.
At a time marked by so much silence.
It's nice to hear that some people can just play some music and deliver some vibes to our block.
Those vibes reverberated.
It makes me really happy to see other people really happy too.
But the happiness was fleeting. DPS rolling up.
But if they gotta come back here, handcuffs are coming out.
Honestly, I think what we were doing just now was safe and okay.
So, for about 40 minutes, students got a taste of what's to come. A jolt of energy on a Saturday night. In Syracuse, Ricky Sayer, CitrusTV. Along a quiet Syracuse street, a slice of American history is marked by a small plaque.
Former Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden, lived here.
Rob Mulligan has changed a lot about his home, but not everything.
Completely unique. Joe Biden probably touched these because he lived downstairs.
Back then, Joe Fahey was Biden's neighbor.
We got to know Joe pretty well.
Fahey was in his late teens. He remembers how Joe would lend a hand to his sister and her friends as they made their way to grade school.
And they'd all stick out their thumb and he'd pull over, pick him up, and take him to school, and then go on to his own classes.
He took those classes at SU's law school, located back then in Whitehall. SU's campus very recognizable.
The type of loyalty that this school has extended to me is truly rare.
The law school is now located in Dineen Hall. Biden's yearbook photo still hanging up, just like classmate Deborah Goldman's.
He was just a regular guy.
And Gerald Houlihan's.
And he was always talkative and friendly.
He was in Biden's small study group.
And we were friends. We spent time together. We had parties together.
Joe Biden took some of his law school classes right here at Syracuse University's Grant Auditorium, which had just opened up at the time. Biden's classmates told us he would sit here in the front of the lecture hall, not because he had a lot to say, but simply because of the alphabetical seating chart.
He didn't seem immature, but he didn't seem like a future statesman either.
What do you mean by that?
He was not the most outstanding scholar in our class.
In fact, Biden graduated 76 out of 85 total students. It's a fact he was forced to reveal during his first run at the presidency in 1987. His admission coming after this exchange.
What law school did you attend, and where did you place in that class?
In the first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom 2/3 of my class, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class.
His classmates told me his class rank doesn't matter. But in 1987, the controversy spelled the end for Biden's campaign.
The exaggerated shadow of those mistakes has begun to obscure the essence of my candidacy and the essence of Joe Biden.
One of Biden's other mistakes came his freshman year at SU Law School. He was charged with plagiarizing a section of a paper. Houlihan remembers it vividly.
And the only thing he forgot is to put the quotes around it. And that's what we were learning at the time.
And I thought what I was doing, honestly, was the right way to do it.
Biden was allowed to retake the course to get the course failure stricken from his record. Houlihan remembers Biden as a quick learner in their study sessions. Another student remembers how prepared Biden was to be called on in class to speak about the previous night's reading.
And Joe seemed to really, number one, enjoy that. And number two, he's very good at it.
Robert Jewett said Biden was not one of SU's party guys. His life instead centered around his wife. As for his friends, Jewett said Biden gravitated towards former football players.
But the thing I really remember about him that was so striking is I used to say he's not an exclusive guy. He is an inclusive guy.
Jewett said Joe always had his eye out for less popular students, inviting people to join his group as the library closed at night.
Or he'd grab a hold of them and say, hey, come with us. We're going to go down to Marshall Street and have some pizza. And the fellow might say, no, I got to get home. And Joe would grab him by the elbow and say, come on, you're coming with us.
Similar to how SU undergrads relish SU's social scene and sense of spirit, Jewett said he's heard Biden speak about his alma mater in a familiar way.
He waxes poetic, and he is moved almost to tears sometimes talking about his experiences. I don't think so much the academic experiences, but the sense of a brotherhood.
As of right now, Biden may be Syracuse's most famous alum, but he isn't uncontested as the alum most associated with the university. A presidential win could change that. And as for that plaque at 608 Stenard,
I think maybe we'll have to do an update if he does win.
Reporting in Syracuse, Ricky Sayer, CitrusTV News.